So what happens to the scapegoat when they leave their narcissistic family system? Well, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is, unfortunately, on the narcissistic family system side, the answer is nothing. Nothing changes, okay? The narcissist will not stop being a narcissist because the scapegoat left, okay? So the dysfunction will continue as it always had. The enablers will continue to enable, and the narcissist will continue to behave as a narcissist. And they will either continue smearing the scapegoat, claiming victimhood, right? Everybody pay attention to me, poor me, yes, that the scapegoat made me abuse them, and how dare they leave, right? And they will twist the narrative around to make themselves look like the victims, in an attempt to completely destroy the reputation of the scapegoat. The other thing that will happen is that the narcissist will choose a new scapegoat, because they always need a dumping ground for those pent-up frustrations and everything that they hate about themselves. They have to dump that onto someone. So when the scapegoat leaves, that will not change either. That will continue, and they will designate a new person as their new dumping ground. It could be anybody, there's somebody who enabled them could very possibly become the next scapegoat. They might eventually attempt to love bomb the scapegoat in an attempt to lure them back. They will make promises for change. They will say, oh, come back, the narcissist didn't mean it, they love you, they worry about you. They will play with the scapegoat's guilt. But when the scapegoat returns, the dynamics don't change, and the dysfunction will resume right where it left off, okay? These types of systems rarely change unless there really is some serious accountability, and each family member has introspection and really looks at how they contributed to the dysfunction in the family system. But if that's not done, this dysfunction is not going to change. The scapegoat might receive toxic gifts and toxic cards as well. Be careful with those. That's just another manipulation tactic, because the problems, once again, are not addressed. This is once again how guilt is, because guilt is weaponized in those systems. So every time you receive a card for Christmas or a present or whatever over the mail, this is just a way to play with the scapegoat's guilt, but it's not really addressing the issues at all. No, it's like they feel like favors and money and cards and claims of worrying are used as leverage to excuse abuse. It's like, oh yeah, this person psychologically and physically abused you, but look, here's a card, look, here's a favor, so now we're even, everything is fine. But that's not how it works. This is manipulation tactic, and it is not those cards and those gifts and all those love bombing attempts are not representative at all of what the real dynamics are in these types of systems for the scapegoat. For the scapegoat, they're gonna have to go through some serious grieving. There's gonna be a lot of grieving to do. You're gonna have your bad days, your very bad days, and your very, 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 very bad days. And this is normal. It's part of the grieving process. It's traumatic. It's very difficult to have to go through this type of breakup, but truly it's the best thing that you can do to yourself, because when you allow yourself to grieve and go through those feelings, that's how you get past them. And that's how, on the other side, there's gonna be once you deal with those, all those feelings that come with the grief, on the other side there will be a new world opening up before you gradually. This is very slow, and it takes years, and it's normal. It's normal to feel exasperating. When is this healing gonna come? And I remember, myself feeling so angry with myself. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm doing self-care, and I'm doing all this stuff. Why am I still grieving? Well, it's normal. It takes time, but it does get better. And the longer you stay away, the clearer the dysfunction becomes. And the other thing is that the scapegoat has to relearn who they are. You have to start the process of self-discovery from scratch. You have to get to know yourself. You have to get to know what your boundaries are. You have to get to know your non-negotiables. You have to get to know your values, because those things will help you navigate the world. When you get to know yourself, it kind of gives you a compass to how to navigate out there, when you know what you like, what you don't like, what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, when you really get to know yourself without feeling guilty about who you are, that's really when you're finally able to start living your life for you. And leaving a narcissistic family system is, while it's very painful and there's a lot of grief involved, it's liberating, because you get out of the fog. Eventually you're able to get out of that fog, and you're able to really look back and go, wow, I can't believe those people said that was normal, because it's not. So you can trust yourself. So when you think, you wonder, are they gonna miss me? Is the dysfunction gonna get fixed? Maybe they will finally see once I'm gone. Don't hold on to those thoughts. They're not healthy for you. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your healing process. Pay attention, focus really on your own self-discovery, because the system that you didn't leave it lightly. Nobody does that. You left the system because it's a dysfunctional system which refuses to heal itself. Okay? So don't look back, look ahead, and pay attention to yourself. Take care of yourself.